Which what it do?
What's hey? Oh man.
I'll let you drive the boat, buddy.
Ready? Testing. Alright, bet. Got shit.
Do you have sound, yes?
Alright, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, what's up, world? We are live. We are back. We in this mother love booth, man. I'm talking the greatest podcast to ever touch your airways, the Fresh Cuts Pod. Y'all know we fresh off the shape up each and every Wednesday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Man, it was a lit live, man. We had fun. People was vibing. Y'all came through. Y'all showing mad love. This is the last show before the new year, right?
No, we have a show before the new year.
Well, sorry. The last, I don't even remember what the
show
hell
before
that was.
Christmas.
Yeah, show before Christmas. My bad. That's what I was trying to say. Wrong holiday. My bad, y'all.
I
I got a lot on the brain right now, but it's all good. This is the Fresh Cuts Pod, man. So it's your boy Oak on the mic. Got Pedro in the booth, man. What's up with y'all? How y'all feeling? How you live? What's up, brother? What's going on?
Yo, man, I'm good. I can't complain. Yo, I appreciate everybody popping on live with us, was rocking with us.
I sure love.
Everything was cool until about 57 minutes, and then all of a sudden,
y'all was hating. Y'all was hating on the brother man's tree.
all the tin can trees. That was crazy.
I was hating. Y'all Target trees was coming out the woodworks, hating on the real us with the real tree, us real tree folk. You know what I'm saying?
Now, here's the thing. I'm keeping it above with y'all. Trees are expensive, okay?
They are.
I understand why you would get a tree that you can use more than one time. That's a good investment. I'm not even mad at the people who did that. I am a real tree person at heart. I've had a real tree since I was knee-high to a grasshopper. So that's what I'm used to. But I'm trying to tell you, it's just not the same. It's just not the same. So I'm hard-headed. Gotta do what I gotta do. You know what I mean? And then people talking about, like, I was gonna pick up the tree and rotate on the live. Like, that's insane.
Y'all was really trying to have us do MTV
That's
Cribs.
crazy.
Like, it ain't 2023. Like, it
A
shit don't
360,
exist.
a 360 on the ornaments or whatnot. You know what I mean?
It's a wild fucking question. Wild fucking request. Oh man, but
Yeah,
it was
man.
definitely a fun ass live, man. We like Pete was saying, man. We appreciate y'all for coming on. We always appreciate when y'all come on a live and come take a shot with us and just come talk your shit, man. The live is definitely a time to be as interactive with y'all as possible before we actually start the actual broadcast for the show. So shout out to y'all. We hope that we continue to build on this success. We got a lot of things in store for y'all that's coming through the woodworks, but one day at a time.
Hell, we pulled out a Christmas tree on the live, okay? Look, there's live stuff on the way.
Listen, we got.
We didn't have a tree last
we got
year.
options. You know what I'm saying?
We had t-shirts.
We
The year
did
before
have
that, I
t-shirts.
didn't know we had t-shirts. We was just here in front of people.
Niggas had shirts. Fuck the tea.
We were clothed. That was all we had.
Oh shit. But with this being this is the Christmas special, I guess we can call this one. But this being the Christmas special episode, I guess before we get into some of the nitty gritty topics and conversation, I wanted to start things off a little lighthearted, right? So if you had the option, the option,
We like options.
at love or money, what you choosing?
Love or money?
Love or money. You can't have both. You either got to be super rich or you got to go with the love. Love or money.
Look, man. I know what you're supposed to say. I gotta go with love, man. Look, you could be broke and be alright. And so you got money and you're lonely, man. That's actually scratch that. I've never been rich and alone. I ain't going with you. I've never been rich. That's the problem. But from what I know, it's always good to have a little love around you when you ain't got no chicken. Your paper ain't straight, but you got some love. So I'd probably go with love on that one.
You got a little something to fall back on. Like, I'm with you with that too. Like, I'm a big on love. I feel like, if you're not rich, or even if you're going through something, maybe not in the best headspace, love gets you through a lot more than money actually will, right? Love kind of puts you through that sanity. It's easy to write a check. It's easy to cash that check. But how do you feel internally after you cash that check? Do you still have those same feelings, or it's like, all right, cool, I cashed this check, I bought my little $2,000 whatever, or $3,000 whatever. What do you feel internally at that point? I feel like love supplies.
Yeah, see, that's different. Because retail therapy can fix many things.
Retail therapy can fix many things.
And if you have the ability.
But if I'm trying to decide if my only two options is this $2,000 blank, 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 insert here, or love, I mean, how long is that $2,000 whatever going to keep you happy?
Probably every time you wear it. But what I'm saying is, I understand what you're saying. Every time you step out in that thing, you do feel like $1 million.
Right.
But definitely when you go home and take the shower, take all that stuff
when
off.
You take it off and you look at yourself in the mirror,
real lonely. Yeah, I got you.
When you look at it in the mirror and you just wrote that check for that $2,000 statement on your credit card, you might have a little tear coming out the side of the eye. You ain't got no love to go back to. You ain't got no bosom to rest your head on at nighttime. You feel me?
$2,000 of tears. There you go.
You just cash your $2,000 check or whatever that is. So, yeah, I feel like if I had to choose between the two, definitely, I would definitely lean more toward the love aspect. The reason why I bring this up as our opening question, we have some very diverse topics today. So, yes, this is, we're going to call this the Christmas special episode.
Sure.
But there are
spectacular.
There you go. There are some topics there's a decent amount of topics that are pertaining to different choices. So either love or money. So it's a nice little theme tonight. So of course we're gonna talk our shit with Christmas and all that stuff. We're gonna have the bulk of our show will be around that. But some of our other off topics for the week, nice little conversation.
A diaspora topic.
Whatever you need, man. Whatever you need. So I guess to get us underway.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this question.
Sound stressed.
We haven't
that far into the show. You're sounding stressed.
This is that time of year where a lot of bad characters are in the streets, and when I say bad characters, some of y'all might even have been victims. Some of y'all family members might have been victims.
Yeah.
To fraud, to kind of people hacking into your emails, people getting your information,
right.
All that stuff. Like, this is prime time of the year, right? Have you ever been a victim of that? Like, anybody kind of hacking in your situation, even if it wasn't a credit card. Like, let's say your PlayStation account. Anybody, you ever been hacked?
Or like fraud?
Tapped into?
Or like actually, I've had people attempt to do stuff. I've had to reset quite a few passwords in my life.
Yep.
Hey, someone tried to access this from insert random country here. Mm-hmm. Things like that. I haven't had a crazy fraud takeover of anything just yet. I have had our Fresh Cuts podcast page got taken over when it first started on Instagram.
Yep, I remember that shit.
We had to get that back. Luckily, my password's been a little more than just a week. Been strong, so we've avoided majority of that.
Now, do you still use your own passwords, or are you using the Face ID with the automated Apple passwords?
See, here's the thing, man. Look, I think we talked about this before. Like, we all have passwords where it's like you have you have 3 words and 4 numbers and 3 characters.
And it's some type of variation.
It's a mix of those. If it's not that, I reset it. Now with Face ID, not gonna lie, a lot of stuff has that. Go ahead, Apple, make up some shit. As long as you remember, because I damn sure don't. So, if you actually log in on a laptop, I'm screwed. I have no idea.
You gotta have your phone next to you type shit.
So, a lot of that stuff, especially with more important information, you want something a little stronger, a little more different.
Yeah.
I felt more comfortable doing that, but that's actually recently, though. That's not, I used to have, it's terrible.
It's been coming up more and more.
No, it's bad. But I had, 6 passwords.
Yeah.
And it's not really 6 passwords. It was 3 words and a variation of a number and a symbol.
We know this ain't
and I'm talking about that was from your bullshit, Facebook page to your bank account. To look, my brain can only hold so many passwords. Okay, people, I can't reset the stuff. I can't do that. But I do try and do things like two-step verification. So they send you a little extra email, extra text, things like that to question it. But I've been using the Apple stuff a little more. How about yourself?
So I would say, as of now, I haven't taken the leap and said, "Hey, Apple, how's my passwords?" Like, everything is under Face ID and all that shit.
Yeah.
The ones that are coming back, and whether it's this password is seen on the black web, or we require you to change your password and all that shit.
Yeah, I hate
like
those emails.
it's like those who know me and those who really know me. I have one password with about 5 or 6 different variations, right? So dead ass. It's included. It's a name included, a number, some type of symbol, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
So I've gone through all the variations. So I think I've gotten to the point now where I have made a new variation, right?
Oh, so you're not out of passwords?
I'm not out of passwords. It's the same ordeal with the inclusions,
okay,
but it's completely different from any of my old ones. So I thought about the shit on the spot, and it's like it's literally just like I took the same password, remixed that shit, and here you go, type shit. So
the remix to the remix.
There you go. Yeah. So for now, my shit's cool. Now y'all know I was talking about shit a couple weeks ago, about a month ago at this point, where my Facebook was hacked and I was completely off the map for a while. Finally got that back. But it was the going through the level of security that I had to go through to get my Facebook back. I would be hell bent on.
Did you ever get it back?
Yeah, I got it back. Yeah. I'm back on Facebook. Yeah. I don't really post on that shit, but I'm back on Facebook. What
did you do to get it back? I remember you said it was chalk. No. You chalked to the game.
I did chalk into the game, but I guess the people from the Facebook security department sent me all these different links. Dude, I was in fucking recovery mode for like 3 days. Sending videos, and I had to send a video at a certain angle and all. They had to verify. You
sent a video?
You had to say certain phrases in the video so they can prove that you're a real person. That was my verification.
Wow.
Yeah. So
okay.
if you ever get locked out of your Facebook, there's a lot to get that shit back. I'm just gonna let you know that shit now.
Wow.
I chalked into the game because I was like, when they sent me the response email, I was like, I'm not about to do all this just to get my Facebook back. I was like, for all that, y'all got all my other socials, so I'll be fine. But
all right.
I did what I had to do. I did get my Facebook back. Took a couple days. But all I'm saying is this:
did they make you like reset everything?
Yeah, I had to reset all my passwords.
So does your password now have like 74 characters?
Well, the interesting part is the email that I use for my Facebook is not an email that I check regularly. So I even changed my email. Like I changed it to my email that I check more regularly. Like if I your 2-factor authentication, I set it to the email that I can actually go in and check just in case. So yeah, I completely remove the old email, remove any remnants of like the old login information stuff. Okay. So yeah, now we're on the new way, new email, the newer variation of the old password type shit. So yeah, we back. We've been on Facebook I've been back on Facebook for almost about a month now, like 3 to 4 weeks. So yeah, I mean, I didn't really miss nothing. I'm sure somebody was out here looking for me. That is what it is. I'm back on Facebook, so
it's okay.
Yeah. But I say all that to say,
if I'm gonna lose a social,
Facebook is. But that's why I chalked it up to the game.
Actually, to be honest with you, I don't even use Snapchat anymore. I just kind of still have it. So if you're gonna take one, just take that because I don't even use it.
I feel you.
Facebook, I at least like have like old friends, moms that like check on me, like your aunt. That's the way you talk to your aunt. Like cousins and things like that. So I'm like, there is some use for it. Old like professors, old this, old that. That's fine.
I stay in contact with a lot of like family members.
Look, Twitter, Instagram, yeah, we got a problem. We need to get that back. We need that back ASAP. But the other ones, I'm like,
am I really
missing this? Get the emails back.
Nah, but I say all that to say is if you are that person that remixes passwords and all that stuff, now may be the time to come with a new variation. So there you go.
Or just let one of these services, Apple, Samsung, somebody, Google,
just create one for you and just do your either thumbprint or your Face ID, one of the two.
And pray to God that they remember it.
Absolutely.
because I would say when you unlock and you look at that, you're like, there is no way on God's green earth you're gonna remember all those characters.
Oh yeah,
not a chance.
Absolutely not. So I guess to transition that portion of. I guess this can go on the wild things we've seen this week, and to continue the storyline of money. There is a woman woman from Atlanta. There was a nice little thread following her this week as well too, where I'm guessing old boy pissed her off. I don't know really like the backstory of everything that happened. But it led to this woman leaking all his personal information. And when I say his personal information,
damn,
credit card, address, zip code, routing number, account number.
Damn.
Like, drop that shit.
Wait, the routing and account number?
Yep. Drop that shit on Twitter. And you know how fast-paced Twitter is. Everybody was in that shit. Like, people were trying to figure out. I was reading some of the thread. At first, people trying to figure out, is this real? Is it not? And then I think the first person paid for something small, and then they realized the shit's legit. So people just started using the credit card information. People was on that bitch paying their bills, paying their rent, paying car notes, paying just random items.
Shout out to man having that much on his credit card.
Listen.
You gonna
No, it wasn't a credit card. It was a debit card at that, like a Navy Federal debit card. Like,
oh, well, I mean, shout out to your gentleman but I'll tell you once. So say somebody paid their rent about 2-3 times, you gonna embarrass yourself using my shit. So look, okay, you gonna pay a little bill. I say, yo, my shit gonna be right on Twitter. They must be gonna be like, this nigga broke as hell. Like, y'all ran my shit up for 6 minutes. That was like, I ain't going front at all. Like, look, if he had the 30-40 stacks on that car, yo, bless his heart.
It is what it is.
Because it's a reason like that. Yeah, ain't no way in hell I got all that in one account.
Yeah,
that is.
Yeah, move the shit around. You gotta be.
Yes, I ain't move that shit around. It just first of all, part of me believes that if you have access to all of it, you gonna blow it all. I'm gonna keep it down.
That's true.
There are certain parts where you gotta move to places that you can't touch it easily or quickly. Second of all, the other reason I don't use my damn debit card that often is because if someone gets your damn card, they buy them and all out.
Yep.
Look, a credit card, you can fight that. Call the company back. Hey, look, that wasn't me. Fraud, debit. Ooh, that's cash. Boy, you better.
Once it's taken, it's taken.
Kiss that goodbye.
There's no.
And good luck in proving that you didn't have 64 cousins pop up in a 6-minute time period.
Because that bank gonna look at you like, yeah, no, dog. So
that's nasty. That's nasty on her part, though.
No, it's disgusting on her part, and you know, back to the story. I don't really know specifically what happened. All I know is that people had a little come up. Now, my question for this is, what happens, like, people aren't afraid of, like, creditors or anything like that, like, closing their account for fraudulent purposes? Because said dude is going to report all those charges as fraudulent, right? So if you just paid your mortgage payment for the month, fuck you about to tell the mortgage company when they said, yeah, we can get our bread.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. What if you said, hey, look, I'm going to run this card instead of mine. I have the money, but if this works, great. If it doesn't, now, if you ain't have the bread and you're trying to scam,
that's a different ballgame.
Good luck. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm saying, like, look, let's say your mortgage is a nice even number, $1,000.
Yep.
Okay, you run his card information for $1,000 and goes through. If someone competes it, you're like, damn, I got to use my $1,000 now.
Mm-hmm.
But if you didn't, you up $1,000 this month. Congratulations. You know, I mean, at least until you jail for fraud. But, then you're going to need that for bail. But, you know, things like that. So, I mean, look, it's kind of wild. Actually, it's extremely wild. I don't know a single person, place, or thing that I would ever post all the information about our house that I was. And I think it's also why you can't share your information with everybody.
No, absolutely not.
Look, I ain't gonna hold you. I've been in situations with people, places, and things in which people knew financial information of mine. Maybe not the full card and all stuff like that, but like knew my address. Mm-hmm. You know, hell, I don't know my own bank account. So if you somehow got my bank account, shit, you must have been doing some.
You must have been doing some damn digging.
No, some spooky shit. No, because at this point I'm like, look, how the hell did you get to this? I need my face for this. I don't remember it at all. I don't have that written down. I don't have that, like, why?
Yeah.
I can access it easily through an app, through my Face ID. How many times do you write down your account a day?
You don't have to.
Routing numbers are universal. So you can Google a routing number for a bank if you know a bank. But I mean, the account number, like, how many times do you
never really need it unless you need to set up an auto pay something or
exactly.
Like, you don't need it for a check. Even if you decide to write a check, it's on the fucking check for you. So
now I'm cracking up if somebody used this shit as auto pay. Not you going back.
You got a
back to the crime
fucking
scene.
Hey yo, that's the quickest way to get caught. Like what?
Every week, Sprint gets $89.99 on the 5th for whatever.
All you got to do is backtrack the address at that point
for whatever account this is. Yeah, that is actually. Yeah, so I would hope everybody did one-time payments. I don't know how you would do that, but God bless you, good luck. But yeah, so
I don't know.
Have you ever had somebody hack your account? Or I mean, besides your Facebook.
My Facebook. Not like luckily not any of like my bank accounts or credit cards or anything like that. I think the most or the closest anyone has ever gotten to any like pertinent information would probably be my Facebook or my email. Like I had my email hacked once, but I mean you'd have to literally go through hoops and ladders to get all that personal information through there. Yeah, I haven't been a victim of anything that crazy or that outstanding. No.
So you said somebody used your email to try and get money for the accounts in Nigeria. You were a prince. So you saying that wasn't you when you said that?
Not me, buddy. Oh, I've received one of those emails.
So 6 years ago, you saying that wasn't you?
I've received those emails before. So
y'all ever
clearly it ain't me.
Y'all got email from Oka talking about he's a prince and needs your account number. He'll send you $1 million. It wasn't him. He was hacked.
Clearly, it wasn't me. Because I was getting messages on my end for that shit.
Now, the funny part to me is if you think about how many times you've heard a celebrity get hacked, especially social media and things like that, I always think that's funny because I'm like, look, first of all, y'all should be using two-step verification. Grow up. And second of all, I'm like, what number do y'all have on here that it was that easy to access your account? Like, how did somebody just guess your password? Like, I don't think Chris Brown's password is I heart Chris Brown. Like, I'm like, how the hell did somebody hack? Like, what in the world happened that you got hacked that easy or that bad? Like, that's kind of wild to me, but
I don't know. You just gotta think about the jump. Like we talked about that shit. Like just now, it's just like think about the general public. Not everybody chooses the automatic password. Some people are firm believers of, hey, this fucking works, and my shit is Sesame Street 1 2 3 4 exclamation part at symbol. Cool, this shit's gonna fucking work, right? And if
I don't know where they're down that. That's Oka's MySpace at least.
Oh shit! But yeah, no, that's how the fuck I look at that shit. It's just like that. I would hope it's not that easy. I can't guarantee that shit because some of these celebrities do doing some very random and low level shit. But
it's either they just said something wild and said, just say you're hacked. It's easier that way. It's an easier PR mess to clean up. So it's you just say somebody stole your identity
and call it a day. Keep shit pushing. They got PR teams. They got social media teams. So they going
supposedly.
I mean,
somewhere.
As a celebrity, especially if you have a social media preference, I would hope so.
I mean, look, buddy, we don't judge.
But yes, so I say all that to say, yeah, just try not to piss anybody off to that point where they gotta now find your credit card information and post that shit on Twitter, because you will not have a happy Christmas, which is 5 days away. We don't want to do that shit.
When someone hacks your account and paid 75 mortgages, I think it's gonna be a little difficult to pay for some bills.
Somebody got some free Christmas gifts.
I told you that. Y'all got 3-4 mortgages. And y'all gonna start embarrassing yourselves on that thing. When that bitch say, decline.
But that's the shit I thought about the first time too. It's like, it's the holiday season, so motherfuckers is probably in there running shit up. They're probably in there like, oh, let me get these little Christmas gifts, let me get this, let me get that. Like,
the part is, though, when you use someone's card, though, that is dumb traceable. IP address, where you're shipping this stuff to, whose name was on it. Everything's like attached to something. I'm like, it's not like you took the information and could input it manually into a computer or like a store somewhere.
Listen, like, fun fact, y'all. You're on a computer, you have a digital footprint. That shit follows you. So, unless you have some type of fucking CIA computer laptop that can kind of hack any fucking system or keep you off the dark web.
Let me help you out with that. You don't.
Doesn't fucking exist. Okay?
Yeah, no. You fucking don't.
So, just take care of your shit.
Whatever little scrambler you bought for $60 a month.
But it was on Amazon for sale.
I got you. If it's $15 a month, buddy, trust me. You're getting cooked by the FBI as we speak.
I got a 2-for-1 special with the sneaker bot.
Oh, yeah?
Crazy.
It also scrambles your IP address?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get online here, the shit says I'm in Cali somewhere.
I honestly don't believe those things really work that deep. I just feel like the cops and the FBI don't care enough to track you.
Well, here's the thing. Like,
because the things that they find when they actually want to find somebody, I feel like that little bullshit of like, oh, my IP address says I'm in Fiji.
I think it depends on. I think it depends on how you set it, like how you have some of that shit set up. Like there are some, like whatever these little tracers and shit like that, or scramblers and shit like that are legit. Like people pay hundreds of dollars for them, and it actually does what the fuck it says it would do. Like I'm sitting at my apartment in Philly, and it tells me that I'm in Guam somewhere type shit. There are some that actually do work, but for the rest of y'all and for the other bulk of y'all. Yeah, no, just stay away from it. You don't even have to worry about it, right? You see that credit card information on there, just look the other way. That's all.
It's not mine. Keep scrolling.
It's it. There's no, listen, it is the holiday season, people. Don't put yourself at jeopardy. Don't put yourself in jeopardy from your family, from your kids. You know you got your kids some nice Christmas gifts, man. You want to see that happy face on Christmas morning when they unwrap them shits. Don't do dumb shit like this. Right? That's all. That's my PSA.
The judge's schedule, in the last 2 weeks is a scary time. A lot of long weekends.
You may or may not see them until the 4th.
A lot of long weekends.
we just gonna leave that one right the fuck there, because there's a good chance you might not see them until about the 4th. Oh shit!
And he's not in a rush to get back either. Just let you know.
Not a fucking all. So other news. So this is the interesting part of the internet.
You love that.
So there was I think we reported this maybe about a month or two ago, about a 10-year-old from Mississippi, who was pretty much booked, for public urination. He had to go to the bathroom really bad. He and his mom were out and about. He decided that he was going to go behind mom's car, and you know what I'm saying, just go to the bathroom, do what you got to do. It's a kid, right?
10 years old, be a kid.
Right. We were kids. We did what we had to do. You had to go to the bathroom. Your parents may wait for you. Your parents, some of them, if you're in a parking lot, they stood in between the two cars so nobody see you, and you did your thing, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, like there was options for this shit. So
that's a good shout out, by the way. What you just said right there, that is a very accurate depiction.
No, that's literally how the shit was. That's literally how that shit was.
That is clearly someone who has been in this situation and experienced it with two adults. There you go.
But there was a 10-year-old boy who was arrested for public urination when he stepped behind his mom's car and decided to use the bathroom a couple months ago. So he went through. I don't know if he went through on a full trial, but regardless of all that extra shit, the judge's sentence was 3 months of probation. Mm-hmm. For this 10-year-old, right? We're still talking about a child. So 3 months of probation. Plus, he was obligated to write a 2-page paper about Kobe Bryant. There was no topic about
what it
is, but had to write a 2-page paper about Kobe Bryant. So
random. Okay.
I thought this shit was random, but I also, like, when I was reading this shit, I'm like, can you imagine if whatever the crime is, like speeding ticket or something super worse, right? You're in front of the judge, and the judge gave you option A, B, or C. Mm-hmm. Like, what would our system look like at this point in time if the judge gave you options? Like, hey, you got to serve this time regardless, so how do you want to do it? Option A, you can community service on a highway somewhere. Option B, you can boom. Option C, you can boom. Like, whatever that shit looks like. I got a little chuckle out that shit because I envisioned a judge just being like, hey, you shoplifted. You gotta do the next 5 months standing on your head. Nigga, what? Like, some random shit out of the fucking wazoo. I don't know. I find this shit funny. I thought that shit was very creative. I wish I knew why they chose Kobe Bryant. I don't know if it was his favorite athlete or whatever. But for a 10-year-old under probation, like the main portion of the story was that the 10-year-old shouldn't have been charged in the first place. He's being a child.
Right.
That's just my personal opinion. I've been there. I've been in this situation where you gotta go. You're a kid. Like, as an adult, yes, you go and you find the bathroom, do what you gotta do and all that stuff, because we have that adult mindset. As a kid, you don't know no better. You just know you gotta take a leak. So you go to the first fucking places you gotta take a leak. And luckily, well, not luckily, some people are lucky enough to have their parents around them to be able to shield them and shield the rest of the world from seeing them. Unfortunately, that did not happen for this little kid, and now he is under probation and has to write a paper. So, I don't know. I
don't know what it is about having to write the paper for me. It
I
just
think
gives like a
I was
very
just about
like
to say
detention.
I would be intrigued to see what this paper is at afterward. Like, what did you write in your 2 pages? Like, was it a biography? Was it why I love Kobe? What were you talking about in this 2-page paper, and what does it have to do in relation to you pissing in the back of your mom's car? Right,
bring back in conclusion. What does this have to do with the question in China? And more importantly, you pee yourself in the back of that damn car.
Right. So that's the first thing I thought about when I saw it. I was like, I appreciate it. It's dope. It's cool. But what does Kobe have to do with public urination? I don't get it. That was the part that I was like, yeah, help me understand. So if you're gonna do the crime and you get the time, any judges that are listening to us, just make sure that it makes sense, right? Just make sure it makes sense. That's all. That's it. That's.
It's not a very long request list.
Not a very long request list. To on the randomness. So, we're in holiday time, right? Holiday time in the general public. We've seen the news stories. We've seen things over let's just take the last 5 years, right? Those of us who have worked in the retail space, those of us who go out in the retail space to do any shopping during the holiday time, those of us that just are in the general public and deal with people. There's certain etiquette that needs to be held, that needs to be had, to make yourself I call it a significant member of society, right?
Okay.
And when I say significant member of society, it's literally the bare minimum. Like, treat people with kindness. Treat people with respect.
The fact that we have to tell people that is the part that really throws me off.
It fucking grinds my gears. Like, I don't understand why we've been there. Like, you're seeing grown ass women and men, like, who people you would think that had normal adult minded sense.
Correct.
Are still doing childish things.
Common sense unacceptable.
Are still just can't act like a regular human being, right? So there's an Ohio woman who falls victim to this, where she decided to take it upon herself to walk into a Chipotle, and
that always ends well. That's usually how the story starts.
So she walked into Chipotle, got herself a burrito bowl, and I don't know if it was they didn't complete her order in a timely manner, or whatever, but she had to go see a judge. She had to go in front of a judge, talk to this judge, and this judge then gave her sentence. Well, guess what? She's got to work in the general public now. She's got to do some fast food work for at least a couple months. I guess this is her rehabilitation process. One of the reasons why I brought this up, because I know we had this conversation a couple months ago where we were talking about our judicial system versus other countries, and how when you look at some of these countries, it's more of a rehabilitation. I came in one way, and the objective is to get me to go through whatever programs, whatever classes, whatever activities I have to do to come out as a better human. Whereas in the States, we don't have that rehabilitation process. Yeah. So the fact that now we have a judge that's taking the initiative to say, oh, you want to throw fucking food in the public at a restaurant worker? How about you work in this restaurant for 2 months?
And then you understand what's going on.
Right. It gives you a better understanding, a better mindset to say, okay, let me remove myself from this current situation and have a better understanding of what I'm walking into, what I'm dealing with, who is around me. The better version of self-awareness, right? Which, unfortunately, more than half of this country does not have. But that's another story for another day. Yeah, I thought that shit. I thought that shit was dope by the judge. Because I've said this shit before. Like when I see people mouthing off, when I see where everybody's doing holiday Christmas. I was in the mall. Last week, and there was a woman just like literally. I don't know if she was trying to buy a hoodie or something. She was trying to buy something, and I don't know whatever the situation is. I remember I walked into the store, and I literally walked out. And the reason why I walked out is this woman had the entire store on chokehold because she's yelling in this lady's face. You da 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 and da 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 da. And I was just like, shit, like colorful ass vocabulary, which just ripping into her. And it disrupted the entire flow of the store, right? Customers didn't want to walk in, and the customers that were in there were being too nosy to even buy shit, so they were just kind of looking fuck around. But I think about this shit and I'm like, if I were to walk in and see that shit and I'm that judge, yeah, no, you got to get your life together. You got to figure this shit out. You got to do something because we can't put you back into the general public and have you do this to the next person. So what's that rehabilitation process looks like for this person? It's, well, you want to throw stuff and throw food at someone?
Like
well, you can go work in the food industry.
Right.
You can understand to give you a better understanding of what this person was going through or what this person does on a day-to-day. So that way, when you go into your next Chipotle, Qdoba, Burger King, whatever it is, that reaction does not exist anymore. And I think more people...
Because of experience from the other side.
That's what I'm saying. I think more people, when you're talking about serving time with my air quotes, more people should be a part of this rehabilitation process. What's the crime? All right, cool. How do we make you better? It's not, oh, let me pay this fine. It's not, oh, let me give you some jail time. How do we make you better? Because you give somebody some jail time, they'll give you 5 years for doing X, Y, Z. What did you learn in that 5 years? You come back out and you do the same shit. That 5 years was a fucking waste. Like, it was literally a fucking waste. So, what is that process from point A to point Z within your whatever your time frame is to serve your time? That's the shit that I look at. And then for this lady, hopefully she is rehabilitated. Hopefully she takes this and applies it to her life. So that way the next Chipotle she walks into, she doesn't throw a burrito bowl. Yeah, because that's kind of fucked up. That definitely is fucked up. They charge her with assault. So
I don't think there's ever been anything that upset me that much to throw a burrito bowl. That's like $14 worth of burrito.
Well, her burrito bowl wasn't prepared to her liking. So she wanted the rice on top. They gave it to her at the bottom. So she snapped.
Like every other bowl? And then when you roll it, it'd be at the bottom or the top?
They didn't prepare her bowl properly, so she decided to throw it at the employee. And here we are. And now we're having this conversation on FreshCutzPod. I just wish people had better common sense when it came to people. Right? I wish people treated people like people. I know that sounds cliche, but it's so simple. Right? If you don't know anybody, what happened to the days where, we grew up the same way. What happened to the days where even if you meet somebody, you still had that level of respect? You use sir, you use ma'am, you use like those words of not gonna say endearment, but what's the word I'm looking for? Acknowledgement. Your words of acknowledgement, however you're going toward these people. What happened to those days? Right? We grew up where someone came, you was outside playing, even if you was in the middle of a basketball game, and grandma from across the street came out and was struggling to get them bags. The moment you see her get out that car and get them bags, you ran across the street, you helped her get them bags in her house. We came from those days. Like the days where people had respect for your fellow human being across from you. I feel like we have regressed to whatever the fuck is going on in this world, because I wouldn't be able to tell you. People out here just kind of living for themselves. People out here just kind of do whatever the fuck they want to do, and people out here just attacking people with burrito bowls. It's crazy, and I don't get it. I hope that we change. I hope that we get back to a betterment of society. And I really hope this 2 months does something for this young lady and changes her life for the better. Cause that's how I saw that shit. I was like, nigga, what?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I think that when people experience what people have to go through, I think it puts into perspective. You're looking at someone who has to experience the sales aspect, the people facing, whatever it happens to be. I promise you, and it's funny because I think about that sometimes too. Like, just as a consumer, when I worked in sales for so long, like, there's a lot of stuff I don't say or do to people because I understand how it works. I understand how you feel. Especially like this time of year, it's very delicate. It's very like, I don't know. It's cool. It's fine. Like, whatever. But I just think that some of the behaviors that happen, whether it's throwing a Chipotle bowl or cussing out somebody or things like that, like, all that stuff does not happen when you've had that role. You have to switch shoes and you're looking for something that's not, well, it's gaudy, I guess, for his case, but things like that. So
I don't know. I just feel like as a society we have to be better, and on a day-to-day basis too. It's not just all situational. Like, just on an average day, like, we have to be better as society at treating people like people and the way they need to be treated. That's the biggest thing. Like, I hate to always use the pandemic as a time frame, but it is a time frame, right? And I always hated the fact that during the pandemic, you used to always see those videos of people kind of wilding out, whether it's restaurants, retail stores, and all that shit, like cursing people out, pointing in people's faces, like yelling at people. Like, it should never. First of all, it should never even get to that point.
Sounds dramatic.
And listen, I've seen the videos, and I was out watching videos like, I wish somebody the fuck would. That's always my first instinct. I wish somebody the fuck would, right? But we just have to have, and I say we, just society. Society has to have a better understanding of who they are individually, and also being able to contribute in a positive light, in a positive manner to other people's livelihood. Here we go.
Well said, sir. Well said.
There you go. My sentiments for the day. So I know we on this little money wave. So let's talk some money, buddy.
Okay.
Marvel's about to take a nice little hit.
Again,
Marvel's about to take a nice little hit. This is the second time in a couple years where we had an actor, actress, who was well endowed in their character, go through something in the general public that now has had Marvel cancel them completely. And the newest victim is Mr. Jonathan Majors. Jonathan Majors, y'all know we've had tons of conversations around him, and just kind of what he's done, not even just a Marvel standpoint, what he's done over the last almost 2 years, right? He's really kind of just jumped on the scene from a movie's perspective, TV show perspective, and has really become a household name over the past few years as well too. There were some speculations in the past, and I know we've talked about this shit before, where people were kind of bringing his name up, talking about assault, or he assaulted me, and this and this and that, but there was never anything ever proven, right? Until now. There was a video that was released in the case that Jonathan Majors is currently in, where you can see literally him hitting said lady, shoved her a little bit. There was one part of the video that almost looked like there was a strike to the head. I can't confirm that. I'm just going to let y'all know what I seen.
Who's in concussion protocol on your team?
Yo, shit's crazy. But yes, this was a lot of situations coming out. So much to the point that Marvel's fed up with it and Marvel's done with it. So Jonathan Majors, also known as Kang the Conqueror, for all my Marvel heads, was literally this year was supposed to be his breakout year with Marvel. There was a ton of Kang the Conqueror showings on TV shows this past year, and it was all leading up to the new grand reveal for Marvel. Well, unfortunately, Mr. Jonathan Majors will not be playing Kang any longer. I don't know what that looks like for Marvel. I don't know what they do from this point on. I just know and this is me literally speaking from a consumer standpoint. As a person who consumes the Marvel movies, the Marvel universe, y'all know I be watching all that shit, right? You've already put and instilled the image of Jonathan Majors in my head as Kang the Conqueror. This motherfucker came out of Loki. This motherfucker was on fucking Ant-Man. We can run down the movies and all that shit. You have instilled this image of this gentleman who we had highly anticipated by summertime was going to take a full takeover of Marvel itself. And now this happens and we no longer have a Kang. So...
Besides the fact that society doesn't have him anymore and things like that, but we're talking about.
Oh yeah, this is me. This is consumer. This is consumer Oka right now talking. Consumer Oka is highly upset because I was looking forward to Kang the Conqueror storyline, and we've gotten glimpses of that shit. But yeah, I don't really know how Marvel ties this one in. I don't. This is why they pay y'all. They pay them to do with the big bucks to figure this shit out. So I just hope that from a consumer standpoint, it's not too far removed from the initial timing that we're currently on. Now, as far as Jonathan Majors is concerned, this is a heavy blow, right? Let's just call a spade what it is, right? This is a heavy blow. This is a gentleman who, we can run the tapes back, we can run the receipts back. We've talked about in the news this past year. A lot of the things that he was doing and trying to do from a philanthropy standpoint. Dude is literally in the news for everything. Good, bad, and different. Mostly positive, though. And I was looking forward to seeing how his name was going to grow into 2024. So this is definitely a step back for him. I'm hoping that it's a small step back for a major comeback, but that's TBD, right? So we're going to see how he comes from this point. He's a really good actor. He does a lot for the communities he's in as well too. So I'm, irregardless of the case and all that stuff, I do hope that outside of that, he can rebound and kind of get back to some type of standard in the industry. That's kind of how I look at that one. I know you're not a big Marvel head, at least not like me.
I'm the biggest fan.
Biggest fan. Okay. What were you looking forward to, Kang? I
was going for the black guy,
Rooting for the black guy, okay. So say you about to surprise me with something. I was like, I didn't know that. Talk to me. Oh man, but no. So so Jonathan Majors, this is something that's going to take some time. I mean, he's been found guilty of harassment and assault in the 3rd degree. So we shall see what that comes with and where Jonathan Majors handles himself over the next year. Because as of right now, it's uncertain. There you go. Moving right along. Mm-hmm. So y'all know we talk about we've been the end of the year is upon us. And this is the part of the year where there are definitely some special release when it comes to the sneaker community. Mm-hmm. We've talked about this as well, and y'all know we like to do our sneaker segment. Like y'all know we like sneakers and shit around here.
Always.
So Jordan 11, the retro Jordan 11, they always come out with the holiday release for the year.
Right.
So this year it's the Gratitudes. So if you haven't gotten your pair, holla at StockX. They probably on air. But I guess this is a continuation of a conversation we had last week about sneaker releases and different ways on doing them and different things that we've seen over the years and even in this day and age to help mitigate some of the reselling market, right? So we've seen some unique things. Last week we were talking about the tote bags instead of the sneaker boxes. This week there was a big Nike SB Dunk Low Drop. Anyone who grew up in the 90s, y'all know about the Powerpuff Girls. And they essentially, Nike made their own versions of the shoe. They made one for Blossom, Buttercup, and Bubbles. Dope colorway. They're fire, literally matched them to the T. Mm-hmm. But there was a store, anyone who hit those raffles, you had to wear the shoes out of the store first and foremost. But also, in addition, you had to smash the box. They would not release to you the sneakers until the box was smashed. And then once you put the sneakers on, they let you walk out the damn store.
Have they not been on the internet in a while?
I don't know. I found this shit funny. Like, even watching some of the clips, you got some people who are kind of like, all right, I'm gonna have to just jump all the way on this shit. You got some people who kind of like lightly toe tap that shit. I thought that portion was funny, but also, to go back to the reseller market, it's one of those things that has the sneaker community in a chokehold right now, right? There are some of us who actively wear our sneakers. There are some of us who like hitting these raffles. There are some of us who enter multiple raffles on a weekly basis sometimes. There's some of us who do, raffles every couple months. Whatever you fall within the sneaker community. From a personal standpoint, I'm glad that they are trying to address the reseller market because this is something that Nike has been in the news with over the past, let's say, 5 years, trying to create different versions of different bots that's supposed to pick them out on the website, but somehow, some way, all these bots continue to buy up all the stock. So we don't really know what the fuck's going on. Nike needs to upgrade their plan, their package, maybe get the McAfee Prime. I don't really know what that shit runs these days. But you gotta figure that shit out. So in the meantime, you could also, get your raffle from these stores and do whatever raffle game they decide to do. They want to give you your tote bag, get your tote bag. They want you to smash your box. But whatever we gotta do, because I listen, I'm a firm believer that the sneaker game, it shouldn't. The sneaker game is no longer exclusive, right? It should be open to the general public if they choose to decide to receive it. That's how I see it. That's how I look at it. Resellers, yes, it's nice to make you money and all that other shit, but there's other things you can resell. There's other things you can flip. There's other things you can sell off, like all that shit. Make the sneaker game more accessible. I've always been that way. That's always been my stance. Make the sneaker game more accessible. Not just, yes, of course there's the priority standpoint and a selfish standpoint of like, hey, I need to hit more fucking sneakers. But also just for the sneaker community, we've seen this shit grow. I would say the last decade. We've seen this shit grow over the last 10 years. There's more and more people, old, young, in between. Doesn't even matter. Like, people are sneakerheads. People like nice shoes. So why not make the community more accessible for the both of us? That's all. That's how I see that shit. And if you're going to have different things like this, I wear my sneakers. So I wouldn't give a fuck about doing some shit like that. Now, my closet might not like it because all my fucking sneakers are in boxes. My closet low-key looks like a fucking Foot Locker. But they'll find space. They'll be back there chilling. And that's how I see that shit. So I don't really know. People have asked me like, so how do you change the bot crisis or how do you fix it? I don't know. I don't have an answer for that shit. That's why Nike pays their security team millions and millions of dollars to figure that shit out, which clearly is not. I was saying which clearly is not fucking working. Yeah. So Nike, pay me. I'll figure it out. Pay me. I got you.
Pay you.
Pay me. I got you. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out for y'all.
Look, I'm always a fan of like at least like a theme or like getting dressed up for certain drops. Would say, especially at these smaller boutiques, I think it's a pretty cool idea.
I was thinking that the other day. I was like, what happened to like the sneaker release parties? Like, you used to pull up and like you might be in nice little gear or whatever, but they would actually have like a sneaker release party. They would have sneaker on display. Like the last one I've been to was when they did the Nike Dunks, the high top skunks. But when they released them, they came out in like a almost like a casing, like a almost like an animal casing. But they had them on an artificial tree, kind of like hanging off like the actual bud of the plant. That shit was kind of dope. But it was like a party surrounding that. What happened to the sneaker releases parties? Like that shit was dope.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like those parties and things like that they just look a little different now, and just the focus of being okay. Yes, it's a party, but we're here to accomplish X, Y, and Z, or to wait for whatever, or it's kind of difficult that way. Then also when you have these people saying, "Oh, you have to destroy the box," to me, you can sell stuff without boxes.
All the
Doesn't
time.
have the same value, sure.
Shit, you go to Marshalls, they ain't got the boxes.
Well, I mean, if you do, I mean, because what was it? The Dunks just released, right? So I mean, maybe you watch some of the arm strength away. You know, maybe you never know. So.
Cool. Yeah, I don't really know. I do appreciate them trying to counteract the reseller market. I just wish that more people had access because I know quite a few. Like, we go through the shit. Quite a few people where you consider yourself a sneakerhead or you just like sneakers, joining these raffles, getting these L's, and then guess what? 2 days later, another sneaker drops, so you do it all over the fucking thing. Like,
You do it all over.
it's an endless fucking rat race, and for whatever reason, you might hit 1 out of 20 or 1 out of 15.
Right.
And that one is like, oh shit, I'm up. Then you just do it all over the fucking again, type shit. So it's something that's going to be continuously continuously talked about. They're going to continuously go back and forth about it. And there's always going to be some type of security protocol or whatever Nike has in place to kind of stop that or at least slow it down. Hopefully it works in the future a lot better than where it is now. That's all I can ask for. Because in the between time, I will continue to enter my raffles, wait for these L's, and cherish the ones that I actually do hit. There you go.
If any do.
Yes, sir. So, something's going on. Something's going on, and there's a ton of people who know some things, but they're not sharing information.
Sounds like another neighborhood.
Yeah, it definitely does, especially when it comes down to the class system in the United States. Those who we consider in the top 1%, your all whether it's celebrity or just people in general. I feel like they have, I don't know if it's backdoor access to some of these things or just kind of just have an inkling, whatever it is. They always seem to be a couple steps ahead. And in this part of the story, we're talking about Mr. Mark Zuckerberg, the founder and creator of Facebook, who just recently purchased a new bunker. New bunker in Hawaii, on a Hawaii compound. It has an escape hatch, uses blind doors, but it is completely underground. This isn't the first celebrity we've heard about purchasing a bunker or clearing a bunker out or looking for a bunker or trying to build a bunker. This isn't the first celebrity we've heard or seen with this shit, right? But I say with a grain of salt that there has to be something going on or something that they are preparing for, something on the way. We've had conversations around global warming. We've had conversations around the pandemic and COVID and all that other shit. We've had conversations. We've had the funny ass conversations about making Resident Evil real life, like
right.
when with these different drugs to help treat COVID. What if one has a negative impact on someone? And now we got the zombie apocalypse. We've had all these conversations, right? Something is coming because this, again, Zuckerberg is not the first name we've heard. And also, this isn't the first time. I don't even think this is the first time we've mentioned his name about purchasing a bunker. So, what does that tell you about the rest of the world? Like, are we just that far behind? Are we just not paying attention? We're not listening? Like what? I can't really ask you what do you think is coming because we have some type of ideas, but what does that do? Do you think that causes any distrust with the American people? With the rest of like the top 1%?
I mean, the thing is, like, all this information, there's a lot of information that we have access to. There's a lot of information that you can see, there's a lot of information that you can share, there's a lot of information that you don't. And I don't necessarily think that homeboys over there building the war bunker currently, can it double back as that? Yes. Mm-hmm. It's something that even the government would sit here and ask me, like, hey, look, let me borrow that real quick. But I don't necessarily panic. I don't know. Like, people were like, I kind of saw a little bit of like, oh my god, this person building their second or third bunker, and y'all over here still worried about who pays first on the Cheesecake Factory date. Like, that, okay, yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Let's make sure we get some toppings on, like essentially like staying on top, not toppings or things, but staying on top of things around you. But there's so much going on from so many places. So if you're on like this very short list of things like, hey, real quick, World War III is in 2026. You might want to start building your bunker now with all the other rich people that have it. Yeah, he may have someone who knows he's built a bunker, but there's a bunch of other people too that can either go into a friend's or go do this or go do that, and we'll all be outside. I don't think it's going to be something to that effect, but...
You don't win?
I mean, the world will end eventually, sure. But I don't think it's going to be...
So, I mean, I feel like if I'm in that tax bracket, I feel like at that point it's just, why not? Let me just do something else.
But, like, why?
Why?
Literally what you just said. I don't know, let me just do something else.
I mean, or for me personally,
yeah,
I'm looking back at fucking all these reports from scientists, dude. Like, all this shit that they've been talking about, global warming and this and this and that and all this other shit, like, this shit's legit. This shit's real. Now, not to say that, we're going to get what was that movie called? We're going to get the fucking geostorm and just fucking wipe out the entire population. Not saying that that's about to happen. But the route...
That was what, a tornado?
No, it was like a combination of everything. They had like a lightning storm on one side, and it was like an ice storm on the other side. It was a tornado on one side. It was just a lot. No, I don't think that we're going to go through some type of geostorm, but I do feel like the rate at which we're going and just kind of listening to scientists and all the concerns that they have around global warming, it could potentially cause some major problems over the next 10 years, right? We noticed that the weather's changing. Dude, it's December, and it was like 60-something degrees outside the other day. Like, I only had a hoodie on. I was like, that should never be. Excuse me. But I say all that to say, I feel like the top 1% either knows something or has just way too much money that is just going to just ball out, or truly and honestly believes in the conversations that come from scientists, government, all the people at the top. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of how I look at that shit. I feel like there is some level of preparation. Is it in full detail of Mark Zuckerberg sitting there like, oh, I have D-Day on my calendar as July ... 2027 ... Not to say all that shit. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he did, but I also feel like they have a lot of high names and high places, and just because who they are, they may have access to some of the information that we don't. So this is, I just take it to see is when I saw his names, like, well, this is the second time I remember mentioning his name about any type of bunker. So he knows something, or he's getting prepared and knows that, hey, should probably do all that shit. But yeah, that's just kind of how I look at that shit. Like, if you're at the top, you either know something, you have connections to something, or you're just preparing yourself. You're literally just preparing yourself.
But if you're preparing yourself, like, what are you preparing yourself for?
Anything.
Like, I mean,
a bunker is good for a majority of the shit that happens.
But what if But what if they don't use like traditional, like, it's kind of like those little like vehicles with the cameras and stuff like that. Like they're not gonna climb a mountain. They're gonna hit you on the ground. And it's just like, what if they just flood you out? Like you just bag yourself up in this small area, and then the rest of the world fends for what it can.
I mean, hopefully you done dug some canals or some shit. I don't know. At that point, I would hope that you got a little life raft or something. Go out the back door.
Got a little cocoa business.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. I don't know what they're preparing for. I don't even know if they're preparing for. I don't even know if they just have way too much money and they don't know what the fuck to do with it. Right? It could be any of the mix of the three. However, I will say is that we should be paying attention to some of that stuff. There's an underlining message here. I just don't have it for you all. I don't know what that underlining message is. I don't know if it's hey, this is something that's preparatory. I don't know if this is, hey, I'm giving y'all the answers to the test. Y'all need to, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what this is, but I do know that there is some type of message here. And all I gotta say is just pay attention. Pay attention. Keep your ears to the street, and just listen. Listen and watch and see what happens. See what happens over the next couple years, the next 5 years, the next 10 years, and then we'll kind of go from there and see. But it's like I said, it could be a combination of all three. It could be one of the three. The fact that this man is building a bunker in Hawaii kind of sets the mark for what could be potentially to come. And that's the reality. That is the reality.
Good luck, my friend.
You said good luck. So speaking of Mr. Mark Zuckerberg, so one of the biggest things that is out in these streets in collaboration with Facebook is MetaWorld. MetaWorld, MetaQuest, those who don't know, we're talking like the Oculus, things like that. VR, artificial intelligence, that whole realm, like we are going into that portion of society where technology is slowly, becoming more relevant. Not to say that we're going down to now the Terminator days, but technology is being more and more, being more freely used, right? Comes with its good, could potentially come with its bad. We've had conversations. Shit, y'all have seen these sci-fi movies where artificial robots kind of learn too much information and then turn on society, right? I.e., iRobot, the prime example. So I always try to remain neutral when it comes to a lot of these stories. The nerd in me finds it cool shit. The nerd in me is like, yo, that's fire. Like, we got artificial robots that do what? And da-da-da. But the realist in me is like, hold on, wait a minute. That little artificial robot just learned what the fuck my birthday is. Who the hell does that say that artificial robot don't know where the fuck I live and is about to knock on my goddamn door and be like, yo, I don't need all that shit. That's the shit that I think about, right? So, artificial intelligence ideally is supposed to help our lives become easier, right? More fluid. Whether that's, you're using some of the small artificial intelligence things like your Apple Watch or Samsung Watch or even your phone. Some of y'all might have the smart home accessories and all that shit. It's continuously learning. It's continuously adapting, right? There's certain modes that let's say you have one of the little smart heaters in your house. There's certain modes as it learns repetition, eventually it's gonna start turning itself on, turning it on, turning it back off, right? Based off of your time frame. If it knows that you come back from work at 6, 7 o'clock, guess what? The air is eventually gonna start kicking back on at about 5:30, 6, getting the house ready for you before you get home. That's just how artificial intelligence works. It adapts, it learns as we go to make your lives easier. So there is a new, I guess, artificial intelligent robot on the market, by Tesla. So y'all know Tesla is essentially, honestly, in my opinion, Tesla's going to be running the world, and not even that, not just the market, it's the world when it comes to artificial intelligent robots, artificial intelligent testing. Like, I just had this feeling that Tesla's about to blow a bunch of motherfuckers out the water. So, this current robot is the Optimus Gen 2. And guess what?
What?
It is your personal chef and also your personal fitness trainer.
It should be.
As he should. Watching some of the videos, I wish they kind of showed some of the demo of like him like in the kitchen, like kind of whipping it up, or maybe actively working out. The bulk of the video is just kind of just him walking around on his own, so you kind of see. So I was very curious to see like, oh, what does the fitness situation look like? He's doing wall sits. So I don't know. I don't really know how that part works, especially if like, let's say God forbid you do what's the exercises? CrossFit. Let's say you do CrossFit. Yeah. And this fucking robot keep up with your CrossFit? Type shit. I'm looking at him cooking, and he's like taking 5 years to break an egg. Like, I don't know.
You can't rush perfection, buddy. You've been doing.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying. You can't rush it. And I know at some point, I know probably in about 5 years we're gonna be having a very different conversation about the Optimus Gen 5, because that shit's probably going to be on Iron Chef competing.
I mean, as a record, I've definitely said that I am terrified of these things.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I think it's nice in theory to have robots, stuff like that, but I don't like the AI. I don't like how much the stuff learns about you. Mm-hmm. I don't like the fact that it can think faster than I can for me, about me. Mm-hmm. Why do you know what I like and don't like? There's a lot of moving parts that people think are cool. Like, no, I do believe that the grocery stores generally will have the primary option be you just telling this machine what to get. But part of me feels like that just kind of defeats the purpose of it. So I'm just kind of like, yeah, there will be those situations, but I mean, it's far and few in between. There's a reason why, you don't hear about it.
Yeah.
Because they're far and few in between. You have certain people, you have certain things that will make a whole rebel around it, but in the real life, for those who touch grass, nah, not a big deal.
Understood. So yeah, I mean, with the rise of artificial intelligence, the different robots that are soon to come out, and all the different little gadgets and stuff that's on the market currently, just be mindful, protect yourself, protect your information too. Only but so much you can do. Especially when it comes down to artificial intelligence, because the goal is that they just continuously learn, and grow. I don't even know what you call an electronic brain. Their motherboard. There you go. But all right.
Again, y'all can have all y'all fancy stuff. I'm okay with doing many tasks by myself. So.
You said you fine with doing what?
Doing many tasks by myself.
Oh, yeah.
All the... Yeah. It's just like, I understand there's certain things that are easier. Like, even when it goes back to like the factories, I understand that putting the screw in the correct hole and also like that, they have it automated. They don't have 55 people doing it anymore. Mm-hmm. I'm good.
Pete said, do not call him.
No.
He's chilling.
I don't even have a robo vacuum cleaner, okay? I vacuum my own damn floor. I'm just saying. Just give you a perspective here.
Oh, shit. Well, sir, I know we had a nice little conversation last week, and we wanted to kind of continue some things this week. So last week we did a little music recap.
Sure.
Talk about some of the heavy hitters for the year, some of our favorite albums of the year. Mm-hmm. But I kind of wanted to have a similar conversation. But we are gearing up in about 5 days for Christmas, right? With Christmas comes holiday time, comes your favorite Christmas movies.
Sure.
Christmas activities, all that stuff.
Okay.
And we are really big music fans, and I know this is something we wanted to push to this week, so I hadn't had a conversation. So, if you were to put together your own Christmas list, right? Your Christmas song list, Christmas playlist.
Okay.
If you don't have one already. If you do have one, just act like you don't. If you had to pick your top 10 Christmas songs,
Okay.
what is on your top 10 Christmas song list?
Top 10 Christmas songs? Are we talking about the song or the versions of a song?
Both.
Ugh.
Both. Because there's
How
25
much
different
time do
silent
we
nights.
have?
There's 25 different silent nights.
I mean, you have Temptations like Silent Night, which
Okay.
I think is iconic. You have This Christmas. Honestly, This Christmas is my favorite Christmas song, so there's a few acceptable versions of it. I love Chris Brown's version, but a lot of people have never heard of All For One's version of it.
Right.
Dope, fire, a lot more chords, a lot more music ingestion of things like that.
Yep.
Let It Snow, Boys to Men, and Brian McKnight, they was in that booth snapping.
Yeah.
Just wild.
Yep.
Just doing a whole lot on a song that was very unseasoned with the Fresh Fallen Snow and the Fresh Fallen Snow that sang it originally. Things like that. I think of a song like the song. Now a lot of people don't know it. It's newer, of course. Clearly, it's a little more trendy. But Christmas Trees by Lil Duval and Monica, fire song. I think it's really dope. I think it should get like its clout. But a lot of people won't know that that song is really out there unless you play it in front of them. But I mean, I think that song is very much top tier. But I also, and the thing is, I would say I try to think of versions of songs. I can't remember all of the bands and groups and singles, but I think the other part of like why I like Home Alone so much and Home Alone 2 is because they have a lot of the Christmas songs. They have like the iconic ass OG.
Like the OG
The
Christmas
version
carols,
of whatever the hell is on that album, I just need that soundtrack. Just go ahead and put that soundtrack on my soundtrack, sprinkle a couple songs in there, mix it up, call it an album playlist, and go about your day. So, I mean, like White Christmas, Rock Around the Christmas Tree, things like that. Like, a lot of those songs, there are a lot more newer versions of it, but I want like that OG 50s, 60s, whatever happens to be feel, iconic moment for that list.
Yeah.
And those are a little harder to kind of pick a version of it because there are some that are or aren't as good as other ones. But yeah, really a lot of times, a lot of the songs specifically will probably be on like an R&B list, an R&B version of the songs because I don't, I can't vouch for every single version ever made. Like, that's a lot.
Yeah.
But there's some that are like that kind of classics, just like ones where it's like the Motown version. But the few that I did name though, like "Let It Snow" by Boyz II Men and Brian McKnight, I don't really care who else has ever sang that song before. It's not gonna be that. So you might as well leave. This Christmas, there's like 3 or 4 solid versions of it. But I always like to say like that's like my favorite Christmas song.
Okay.
Jackson 5, Want Me Kissing Santa Claus, like there's a lot of people saying that too. Probably a little. But I mean, it's kind of funny though. I don't know if it's in my top 10, so I don't even know if this even counts. But, God, I just blanked out on that damn song. Talking about the damn hippopotamus.
Shit.
I want a hippopotamus for Christmas.
Yeah.
Da-da-da. There's something else won't do.
Yep, I know what you're talking about.
But it's like there's only one version that's acceptable. I don't want nobody else's Kids Bop version. I want whatever OG Kids that was. I don't want the Kids Bop. I don't want somebody's little elementary school church choir.
Absolutely.
I want whatever kid that was. That little girl felt it in her heart. I would say because all that other stuff won't do. She wants a hippopotamus for Christmas. That's all she wants. And I will never know the group that sang Rudolph. Grandma got hit by Grandma got run over by a reindeer. Yeah, like funny song. I know I named more than 10. I probably failed the mission that you asked before. But the point is this, though, people. Christmas only comes around
once a year.
One time a year.
Go.
So I'm going to have 10. You know what I'm saying? You played could you imagine if you only played 10 songs for your whole day for Christmas, on Christmas? First of all, 10 songs probably wouldn't even cover the trip to my damn parents' house. So I'd be over there listening to the air, the wind. I'd be listening to the colors of the wind like Pocahontas, or the
Right.
The winds of Christmas. The breeze of Christmas through your car window. Yeah, nah. So, I mean, at the same time, but how about yourself, man? Do you have, like, a specific 10 and 10 list?
Well, I mean, I did.
That's
I did,
hard,
I
man.
did
I'd be
take,
here all night.
I did take my top 10.
Okay.
The way I approached it was like if I was putting together my own playlist. These are like I guess the first 10 songs that I would grab to make sure that they're on there. So I also did Silent Night by the Temptations.
Facts.
I also did This Christmas by Chris Brown.
Okay. Is that your favorite version of it?
Yes. That's my favorite version of the song.
Does Nat King Cole have a version of that song?
Yes. I don't know if it's Nat King Cole, but there's another one. There's an old school one. I will find it.
Donny Hathaway. I lied. Not Nat King Cole.
Right,
It's
Donny
definitely
Hathaway.
like, and that's the thing too. It's like certain songs,
sounds, certain people. Yeah.
Like I'm like, yeah, he sang all these, but I only like these three by him. I have Frank Sinatra. I have some Bing Crosby. Things like that too. But then on top of that, it's like y'all have two different spins on it. Like it's not even like Donny Hathaway's is classic, but Chris Brown's was soulful. So I'm like, damn, I'm going to throw both on that place.
I also had Snoopy versus the Red Baron. That song is still gives my shit.
Snoopy versus the Red Baron.
That's my shit.
Nice.
The little.
I'm a Joe Cool fan, man. So
There you go.
Snoopy's cool.
There you
I'm
go.
always cool. Love Joe Cool.
The Little Drummer Boy by Bing Crosby. Jackson 5, Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus. Give Love on Christmas Day, also Jackson 5. Yep.
Okay.
Mary Did You Know by Pentatonics. You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch by Thurl Ravencroft.
Is that the OG?
Yep, that's the OG one.
I was like, I don't. If it's a Grinch song,
I
need it from the 60s.
That's the OG one.
I need it from the 60s.
Yep, that's the OG.
I want nothing new. I want the harmony. I want nothing. I need the OG. One microphone.
Yep.
Rough booth.
Yep.
39.5 foot pole.
Yep, that's the one.
Stank, stump. You dig?
Stump. Shit, you can still quote to this day.
Yeah, what you mean? I know the words to the song
Still,
for sure.
that's why I had it on here.
Yeah.
This Christmas song by Nat King Cole, and then That's Christmas to Me by Pentatonic. So that's that would be my first.
Now I ain't gonna hold you, man. As long as I know you, man. As long as they've been on the scene,
Pentatonic is my shit, man.
Pentatonic, I would say you ride for them hard, man. Especially Christmas versions of songs. I know they do other music. That's just a different vibe, but it's my man go be on that Pentatonic. That's a fact.
Yes, sir. Those who don't know Pentatonic.
But the fact that you picked 10, that was impressive. I was trying to think on top of my head, like you were clearly better prepared for me with the specific versions of it. I was like, if I think of 10 songs right now, what would I throw in there? And the thing is, I would say for the 10, I think just to keep the vibes, I think what I was talking about with Lil Duval, I would say with the Christmas trees, it was a little bit different. And also the message of the song too. But I mean, you got 10 songs like the Home Alone album.
Yeah.
You got 10 on just like the 50s, 60s big band, ragtime. Not ragtime, Jesus Christ. Wrong one. Wrong side of 50s. Soul version. What was it? Motown Christmas or whatever it happens to be. I mean, I'm not going to say that some of them are overrated. I'm just saying like some of them, like, some of the versions are cool, but the other ones, you got to pick other ones.
Right.
But man, 10. Like, damn. And we didn't even get to Silent Night.
I was saying, we didn't even scratch it.
You didn't even get to like the Charlie Brown album. You know what I mean? You had one, but Snoopy versus the big the Red Baron. Yeah, but I mean, Hark the Herald Angels Sing at the end of the Christmas special when they all singing out there in the snow.
Yep.
Around a little struggle tree when they all did the little magic joint around and made it look like they just shook their hands like this, and then everybody made a little face at the sky singing a song. The harmony was kind of tough for a bunch of 7 to 8 year olds. You know what I mean? So
Yes, sir. So I don't know. It's like I said. It's definitely.
Do you find your list changing? I feel like we talk about this every year, but I do feel like it's something that
the bulk of it. Maybe like no.
Iconic.
I don't think the bulk of it will change. Maybe like one or two songs you might sub out and kind of put something else in, but I think the bulk of these are all classic. Like if that you got 10 classics on this list.
Do you think some of them will ever be unseated? There's new versions that squeak out every couple
Silent
of years.
Night Temptations is always my go-to. Like, it's always my number one.
Yeah.
Like, and it's been like that for years on years. So, if you want to talk about something that's unseated, that would be my number one.
Like, you don't have any Michael Bublé on there.
I had, what the
Frosty the Snowman.
No,
There's a Fire Christmas song.
There was another one that he did.
Yeah.
I don't even remember the name of this song. But anyway, I had it on there, but I subbed it off for something else. I don't remember which one I did.
That's what I'm saying. Frosty the Snowman by Michael Bublé, Fire.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't get my man Alvin and the Chipmunks, man.
Yeah, listen, but that was the hard part of making this list, right? You gonna have some people that kind of move and go.
Yeah, I'll be in there harmonizing all that with the Chipmunk voice.
Trust me, I'd be the same way.
That's why I was like, damn, my man hit the 10.
Yeah.
But I hit it with a quick little 4 or 5. Like, damn, you're not even respect this song. That's crazy. That little trash, bro. It's like,
10 turned to a quick 15 real fast.
Yeah, but it's always funny because I think of Christmas probably is the holiday with the most music, which is kind of crazy because you think of, I can't really think of any other holiday that has that much music and that many options for the music. Mm-hmm. Like, there are Thanksgiving songs. There are, I mean, you got like all the American songs, since you for like 4th of July. Mm-hmm. I don't know any other holiday that really has a song. Like, you have the New Year's song for New Year's. I just like, I don't know the words, but I mean, you know, it's there. They
got
play
the
every
Flag
year.
Day song.
Yeah, excuse me?
I don't know.
Man, it said O Tannenbaum. But you even have some. O Tannenbaum is essentially a German version of a song. But I mean, you even have songs and versions of like a Silent Night, things like that you have 4 or 5 verses in different languages.
Absolutely.
I'm just like, damn, you really don't have another holiday that really has a music list like that. And even if it does, the music's nowhere near as vast. One thing people gonna do is sing about Christmas, okay? But all they gonna do is sing about that. I can't even tell you how many Hanukkah songs you really know. I'm just like, damn, it's kind of crazy.
You said Hanukkah?
How many Hanukkah songs do you know?
Oh, the only song I can name you on top of my head.
Don't do that with Adam Sandler.
Yeah, I was like, that's the only. The only song that came to mind.
You gotta do a little Dreidel song, my little Dreidel.
Yeah.
There's a couple of them. This man were talking about 8 Crazy Nights. God damn it. There you go.
Oh shit, that
is not an acceptable go-to. That could be on the list, but that cannot be the first and only song you know.
When you said Hanukkah, I was like, well, oh man.
This man over here listing songs from his stand-ups that he was doing. I'm like, gotta do better, kid. You gotta do better.
Oh shit, buddy. Well, unless you had anything else that you was trying to hit around the world. Whatever topics that were on your noggin there, sir.
I mean, look, man. We can recap it next week too, because we gotta recap the whole year next week.
Gotta do a rundown.
And I'm sure there's somebody gonna tear their ass again for something else in the meantime.
Somebody gonna do something. Listen, there's always endless news stories that are coming along. But I know
we will have our what top 12 stories a piece. What per person for the both each month. Actually, no, I wouldn't even think of each month. I would think of like.
I had to pull back out the fucking calendar. Remember the calendar from Twitter? Each month they used to put a little picture and shit. I had to look back and see like.
When we did that music recap last week, I didn't remember some of the albums. I said, "Oh, that was in March." Okay, I'm just saying, all right.
There's a lot that happens in 365 days. So, don't crucify us if we don't go over your favorite album or your favorite song.
My memory's good, but it ain't that damn. I was like, there are a lot of things that we cover and a lot of things that sweep by. Had a solid 2 weeks and then went away and things like that. Yeah, but news, man, there's news every day, every week,
It's always
ain't no way I remember.
Changing.
I'm like, wait, that was this year? I'm gonna tell you probably 5 things. I'm like, wait, I thought that was last year.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. But all right, well, we can definitely add it to the recap this for next week, man.
Gotcha.
But I guess that moves us on to favorite part of the show, recommendations. So what you watching, what you listening to, what you want to recommend to the people back at home as they prepare for Christmas this week.
Okay. Well, first and foremost, I don't suggest a whole lot this week. I suggest go watching Christmas movies, okay? You are now in the all right. Remember the 30 Days of Christmas?
There you go.
We already ran through the trash Hallmark movies. We are now in the OG top 5, top 6 movies. You know,
you got 5 days left. You can watch a movie a day,
and the good ones.
Yeah,
and you can watch the solid top of the line.
Yep.
What's your top of the line Christmas movie?
Home Alone 2.
Hands down.
Nothing
better.
I mean, there's other like more Christmassy themed movies, but during Christmas,
come on, man. I mean, you're not even talking about like the claymation reindeer John with the Rudolph Johns. Come on, man, with the claymation from the 50s.
Okay, you want to talk
Talking
about
you know, him and Baby New Year. I mean, over here Rudolph.
Nah, you want to talk about claymation? I'll do the what was it? The not Jack Frost. What was the one with Rudolph? And he had
like 8 of them Jones.
It was the claymation Rudolph where he was going through a little snow patch and it was the fucking Bigfoot. What fucking movie was that? It was like Rudolph, the claymation Bigfoot or whatever that shit was.
I know what you're talking about.
That's a solid movie too.
And they were trying to make Bigfoot look solid out here.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be in a mean guy and all that.
Yep.
I mean, look. The
Grinch, Elf.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Me?
Yeah.
Yo, How the Grinch Stole Christmas cartoon. Yo, Jim Carrey killed it. Don't get me wrong. But the
cartoon is something different.
Can't beat cartoon.
It's different.
Can't beat that. That's got to be on rotation. Home Alone 1 and 2, definitely in rotation.
Yep.
Die Hard is a Christmas movie to you, yes or no?
If Die Hard's a Christmas movie, then Batman's also a Christmas movie. That's how I see that shit.
What Batman?
Batman
Returns?
Yeah,
you talking about the No.
The OG Batman. Batman. I can't remember which one it was, but it was. I remember the first scene.
1989.
Yeah, the flyover, the big ass Christmas tree. If Die Hard is a Christmas movie, then that Batman is a Christmas movie.
When they were out there violating the parade, and he came out there and whipped everybody's ass on Christmas Eve. Nah, you know what you stupid. I was gonna say, if that's a Christmas movie, then Friday After Next has to be a Christmas movie.
All 3 of them are Christmas movies.
I don't think none of 3 of them shits in the last 5 days. I think
definitely Friday After Next was the more Christmassy version of all of them.
But that's like a December 15th Christmas movie.
Yeah,
we are in like the top tier creme de la creme. Home Alone 1 and 2, How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
There's a good one on Disney Plus actually. It's Ludacris and the Bull.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, it's actually good. It's actually pretty funny.
All right,
yeah. That's once I find the name, I'll put that as a
recommendation. I meant to watch that, Joe. All right, cool. I'll probably have to check that out next week for sure.
So what you got, buddy?
Yo, man.
What else you got?
I mean, you already know you have to take it with the stand-up. So Trevor Noah dropped Where Was I? He has a new stand-up coming out. Essentially, I think I said it last week because I think it was out last week. Did I suggest Kevin Hart and the documentary for Kevin Hart and Chris Rock last week? Okay, cool. I should remember where it fell in the line of stuff like that. There is a documentary I was watching stamped from the beginning. Essentially, it's basically about why racism is what it is in this country, and it's actually really interesting. Basically, it's just like if I said it before, fuck it, you'll be alright. But basically, it's just like, why do people dislike black people? Like, why? Like, you ever wonder that? Like,
all the fucking
what
time.
we do? Like, what do we do? And literally, it just kind of goes into like the stemming of like where it came from, why, how, why.
Are they interviewing people?
Mad people.
Okay.
Like mad people. Stories, and I mean like stories like literally from like when we got here, like brought to America even before then. They even went to like the 1500s and 1400s, things like that, of like the different things people said, like different ideologies around the world, like why people of color, or why this race or why that race and things like that. It's actually really, really interesting. It's kind of educational. Generally, I find myself in the last week and a half watching stuff that's kind of like learning something or kind of changing your mindset going into the new year. So that's entertaining in itself. If you watched Archer actually just got the final thing that it ended.
I saw that.
So it ended after season 14. So if you haven't seen it, up to season 14, it's a wrap. It's done. Yo, man, I'm gonna scare you with this one. I don't know what anime I'm gonna start. I'm gonna have some time. I'm gonna start one for the end of the year. I don't know which one.
Alright.
I seen Attack of the Titan. I seen One Piece. I seen a couple things.
Okay.
I don't know nothing about nothing. I ain't gonna hold you. That's not my lane. But I'm gonna start one.
Okay.
And I'm gonna report back.
Alright. Say that.
because there's been like because Kev on stage. I don't know if you follow him on Instagram.
Yeah.
He watching Attack on Titan was geeking, and I was like, look,
Just
if
fire.
this man watched it,
You would like Attack on Titan.
I don't know. I don't know about nothing. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like I don't even know where to start. People be like, all right, just pick one. And when he was funny because he said something about it, he was like, people were like, just watch it. I'm like, there's like a million of these shits, bro.
I mean,
like, I ain't know what you can pick.
If you give me an idea, I can give you some recommendations. Like there's,
I don't know.
It's all different types of
I don't
shit.
know if any of these
You
joints
want
is
something
funny.
with action, you want funny, you want romance, you want sports, you want cooking. There's options. I got options, buddy.
Look, I need someone with some action, and if they got a little kiki in there, that'd be great. But look, besides that would be alright. So I'll figure one out.
All
I'll
right.
report back. I'll probably watch a whole episode.
Whole episode.
Things like that. There is also a. What did I just watch? I don't know. I'll think of it next week. Anyway, so that's that. Honestly, it's been kind of the Christmas spirit, Christmas mood. I've been kind of like on like those things. Go watch those Christmas movies first, and then come back. Music wise, I would say Christmas stuff. There was Glock Glock Glock, the EP by Annual AA. It's not in English. You'll be alright. It's good music though. The album I probably kind of popped out. I was like, oh, this is dope. Is Willing to Talk About Real Shit When We're Fucked Up, which is by Bass.
That's my shit.
That was actually pretty smooth. Was a fan. The introduction was a single with Blues Brothers, T-Pain and Young Cash. If you guys have followed them throughout the majority of their career, T-Pain and Young Cash have actually known each other since this man was on like his first album.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds pretty cool. I think I told you guys the Grinch freestyle came out last Friday. I think it was the Grinch with Lil Tyler and Lotto. Catchy, cool. It was a pretty easy flowing track there. Amigos was a single by J Balvin. That's not in English either, but should be alright. Bill's character. And I think I said Airplane Tickets was a single with Pharrell Williams, Sway Lee, and Raul Alejandro, which is a Spanish song. So there you go. Open Scars is a song by Young M.A. She kind of popped back out. As you guys know, obviously she was getting things right with herself. And then she's back out, just being more healthy, just talking about her path. Basically just kind of avoiding her demons and things like that, but more importantly, just talking about some of the things that were bothering her. Lil Baby released 2 singles last week. That was Crazy and 350. If you know the lyrics, great. Pink Friday 2, we did finish it. That was pretty cool. Clearly the single, Everybody, you've heard everywhere. Very good. I'm a fan. There's a few other songs in here, but I don't think I'll find myself listening to the entire album through and through a whole bunch of times. However, there's a few songs here and there, but Everybody clearly was the single that kind of ran with it. She did the live with
Kai
Sanat, which had its funny moment, which is pretty entertaining and stuff. I mean, I gotta commend that guy, man. He's for somebody to stream it live and doing stuff. He's had a crazy guest list this year. He celebrated his birthday recently and things like that. So that's really music. Obviously, we're talking about Christmas movies. We'll have probably our favorite stuff of the year for next. Not me, but if you care. But yeah, that's all I got, man. What you got, brother?
Well, so from a TV standpoint, I got caught up in Paramount Plus this week.
I already had that.
Yeah, I had to borrow some logins.
What's on there?
I mean, there's a couple things.
Oh.
I mean, I spent this week kind of watching iCarly. I don't know if you watch iCarly growing up, but there's the newer.
You went back to the old joints?
No. The new iCarly. The new iCarly is fucking wild. It's all adult themed and shit like that. The first couple episodes, they were talking about having a threesome. And I said, oh, wait, this ain't the iCarly I remember.
Well, I mean, she just had an interview talking about she's never been drunk or high.
Yeah, she had never been drunk. She's taken a couple sips, but never been tipsy, never been drunk, never been high.
She had a couple edibles or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't even know why we care, but okay, perfect.
It is what it is.
All right.
That is a recommendation of mine. I was an iCarly fan. iCarly, I don't even know.
It was cool.
Is iCarly 2? I don't even know what the fuck it's called. But anyway, it's dope. It's cool because it takes on the adult atmosphere that we all grew up with, right? So there's jokes to reference some of the old days of iCarly, but now a more adult themed conversation. So that part is actually pretty dope. So that's my recommendation this week. You already mentioned We Only Talk About Real Shit When We're Fucked Up by Boss. I've been spinning that shit for the last 48 hours. That is my jam. There's a couple different singles that came off of that album, but overall it's a solid project by Boss, so I'm just kind of looking forward to seeing what else they got coming out. And from so that was my music. I mix music and TV as well too. So as far as
that's the only way you'd be listening to 73,000 minutes.
Yeah, I'd be going back.
You gotta literally have TV and music on the same time. So your brain just be going back and forth.
We talked about Pink Friday too. I mean, I made it through. I made it through top to bottom. I will honestly say, like, when Nicki originally came out, like, I was a fan. The lyrics was fire, music was fire. The original Pink Friday was dope as shit. This one is, I mean, I wouldn't say it's mediocre, but it's alright.
Album of the year. I got you. No
Absolutely fuck not. But you know, it's like you said, everybody's on that joint. Had some good features on there. So if you're a Nicki fan, listen to it. If you're not a Nicki fan, then you'll get some good singles off of there. There you go.
Single off.
There's a couple of singles on there.
Name two.
Sure. So also from a movie standpoint, I was talking about this. So Disney Plus finally has Dashing Through the Snow on there. It's with Ludacris and Lil Ray.
I would say, isn't Lil Rel in there?
Yeah.
It's Lil Rel Howery.
Lil Rel Howery. He plays Santa Claus in the movie. It's actually pretty funny. But it's a nice family Christmas themed movie.
Yeah, it looked like family themed.
Yeah, it's family themed, but it's funny. Like, it's funny seeing Ludacris going from, because if you watch Ludacris, the only thing you see him in is fucking fast cars on fucking Fast and Furious, and wherever else he decides to pop up in whatever projects. So you kind of see him in his family themed movie, and he's with his daughter. Yeah, pretty much.
Are we there yet? The Christmas version.
The Christmas version. So yeah, no, check it out if you get a chance. That shit's dope. And then I got a new anime for y'all, courtesy of my cousin, because he kept putting me on recently. So it's called Mushoku Tensei.
Yeah, totally. Yep.
No, it's literally called Mushoku Tensei. You want some good action, some solid graphics. I'll teach you a fun fact as well too. If you got surround sound, this shit is fire. It's a dope ass anime. I recommend it. It's, when I first started watching it, it gave me a mix of Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, and anime world. But as you continue watching it,
sleep.
No. Not to that point. I'm talking about like action and like magic and shit like that.
I was like, I'm gonna get the best sleep of my life watching this.
No, not like that. No,
because Jesus.
I'm talking about like the magic aspect of the.
Have you watched The Hobbit?
Yes, I watched The Hobbit, dude. I didn't watch.
You stayed awake?
I watched The Hobbit. I didn't say it was my favorite movie.
Tuck a nigga in.
But I mean, they had little sprinkle of magic in that motherfucker. So magic in this shit too. So you want some magic? You turn on that shit. It's a really good anime. That's currently what I am watching now. I have.
So you finished One Piece.
One Piece is still going on.
I'm kidding.
I was saying, One Piece is still going on. I'm caught up on One Piece.
How are you caught up if it keeps going?
Meaning you're up to episode 10. What's the most recent one? 1086 or 1087? So I'm caught up on One Piece.
When do they drop episodes? Like once
every Saturday at 10 p.m. Every Saturday at 10 p.m. new episode comes out.
Oh, well, you know what else is taking my time too? The bowl games too.
That's true.
There's a lot of sports. I would say, I know we don't talk about a ton of sports on here. Christmas Day you always have you have football, basketball,
and NCAA football.
You going to any more Eagles games this year?
I'm flirting around with the New Year's Eve game against the Cardinals, so we'll see. But I might end up there.
In Philly?
Yeah. at the link. Yep. So I might end up there, and then I'll figure out some New Year's Eve plans after that.
I'm trying to think what I drive to DC to see the 49ers play.
When y'all playing?
On
Christmas?
On New Year's Eve.
Okay.
I mean, it's a damn good team.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, we already know how the score's going to go. You just want to see good players.
Oh shit! I don't know. We'll see. I might end up at the link. So,
I'm going to MetLife this weekend. So that should be fun. That should be a grand time.
Turn up and have fun. I like Giants fans. Giants fans are pretty funny.
Oh no, there's no Giants fans there.
Oh, I know. You're going there for Jets fans.
Jets fans. The Commander crew. Buddy.
Oh shit. Well, listen, man, it's been another great and fantastic episode of the Fresh Cuts Pod. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. As we say each and every week, SOS, share our shit.
Yo, support is free, B, man.
Sure.
An hour 45 really flies by. I don't know if you guys noticed.
It does.
But,
it does.
Yeah, I really blink and then it's 30 minutes later. Anyway, but, hey, we appreciate things so much. We're coming down. We got one more solid episode for the rest of the year. So please lock in with us. Tap in with us. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend.
Yep.
The live, be live in.
It did.
And we just have more things bigger and better to continue to go with you guys. So as you guys continue to look out for us, we appreciate it. Things you guys want to talk about, things you want to know, and more importantly, better ways we can be present for y'all.
Right.
And if you don't follow us on Twitter already, that one tweet is not me. It was just a thought I had. And I think we have now stopped at 274,000 views.
Until tomorrow.
You're right.
I'm about to say until tomorrow.
I did.
Niggas want to sleep.
I did turn off my notifications. Oh yeah, that's right. People will wake up tomorrow.
Niggas want to sleep.
And another thing. Yeah, you're right.
Niggas will sleep on shit like. By the way, yeah.
I thought about it in my dreams. Please don't. No one asked you to.
Oh man, but listen, man. Follow us, like us, comment, subscribe. We're on Twitch. We're on Instagram. We're on Snapchat. Everywhere you can get a podcast, we're there. Just follow us, man. And I'm looking at Twitch and some of our stats. We just need 20 more followers to get us to the next level, right? So 20 more followers.
Whatever that even means.
If you listen to this, send it out to a friend.
There you go.
And then challenge them to send it out to a friend, right? That's how we grow
Twitch.
That's how we grow this shit, right? It starts word of mouth and we continue to grow. And shameless plug, catch us still while we free. It's the end of 2023. 2024, we trying to make some moves. So catch us while we still free.
Our Patreon's gonna be $1,000.
Shit's fucking disgusting. Alright, y'all, it's been real. We catch y'all next week. New episode drops every Thursday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Catch us for the shape of next week, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes, sir.
It's your boy Oak, your boy Pedro. And just like that,
we gone.
We out. Peace, y'all. Peace. Twitch.
Bye.